In this session, we are going to cover adding the Z Wave USB dongle. First thing you have to do is plug the USB dongle into your master controller, either being SC100 or SC300. Once you've done that, then we need to add that COM device to the controller. To do so, we can go to Security, Climate, or Lighting to add that COM device, or we can go down to Input Output. I use Input Output to add it. Then we have to go to the top, highlight COM devices, either right click on COM devices or click on the gray box to the side, and we'll add a new COM device. We're going to look for the ELAN Z Wave network, and it will be an Ethernet device. Once we hit OK, it will discover the device and bring it in. Okay. From here, there are two ways to add devices, either through the viewer or directly here from Configurator. I find it is much easier to add it from the viewer or from a phone or iPad or tablet using the viewer. So let's go into the viewer real quick and take a look. So to get there in the viewer, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Settings, Advanced Settings, default password should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to look for the Z Wave Network Manager, which you will see in here. It shows no devices detected. So we have to go back and turn on our viewer management. So see the viewer management right here. We click it, click Enable, bring our viewer back up. And now we have the Include, Exclude buttons. I've found with almost all devices out there that are Z-Wave, you almost always have to exclude them first. And it's going to ask if you really want to exclude stuff before going through. Yes. So I'm going to bring in two devices. First one's going to be an appliance module. I'm going to double click its button to bring it in. For instructions on excluding and including devices, check the owner's manuals of the devices you're trying to bring in. The next one I'm going to remove is going to be a Z Wave door lock. All right, and it's removed as well. So now we're done with that. Now we can include the devices. So first we need to click Include. Now it does give you a minute before on Include and Exclude. That way, if you need to click something on a laptop and then get up and go to the device, you can. I'm going to include here. There it goes. It popped up. And this is an appliance module, so I'm going to go ahead and type appliance module. Now, with this, since it's a lighting device, we have done a new way of doing lighting in that we add a building, a level, and an area. So if you had a house and a guest house, you can put the two buildings. If you have a main floor, second floor, basement, you can add the levels. And then you can add the rooms or areas in there. In this case, I've already added the house, the main, and the office. So we're going to go ahead and assign it there. And then we're going to add our new device. The next device I'm going to add is that Z Wave door lock. The door lock may take a couple minutes to bring it. It's best when doing door locks and devices to get them brought in when they're not fully installed. That way they're closer to the Z Wave antenna. As a good rule of thumb, 3 foot is the minimum or maximum you want to be away, but usually about 3 to 5 feet you should be fine to pull them in. And it brought our door lock in, so I'm going to go ahead and name that office door lock. All right, and that is our 2 devices we're going to bring in, so we're going to hit done. Now once they've brought them in, we can go in here and take a look at our lamp module here, which says identify, which we can identify it, we can rename it, or we can change its location. If we wanted to rename it, let's say this was going to be the coffee pot, we can rename it coffee pot. And if we look at the office door, we can identify it or change its name. Now, once we've done that, we can go back into Configurator and notice that it has pop-up showing its added devices. And we can see the 2 devices it's added by the manufacturer vendor, then what type it is, what its component's name, it's installed, whether its security type is S1, S2, S0, or unsecure, and the device's firmware. Same with the door lock. We can see it's an entry control, its name, and the firmware. If you ever see a firmware that's listed as 0.00, that is going to be what we call a ghost, and something went wrong in the learning process. Best to exclude and re-include that device.